What's up, everyone? You are listening to the Rival and Queen podcast. My name's Ashley.
And I'm Sarah.
And we've got some very, very special guests with us today, Sarah.
It is the sibling edition of Rival and Queen.
First ever.
First ever. We've got Greg and Jennifer.
Greg is my brother. Say hey.
Hello, everyone.
Hi. We were supposed to say hello in unison.
I know
You want to try it? Yeah, you want to do it?
Well.
I'll count you down. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Hello. Not bad.
That was great.
Already off to an amazing start. So happy Thursday, everyone. We're so happy to have you here with us.
As always.
It's Monday.
Yes, shocker. We do record ahead of time.
So as you're listening to this, it's Thursday. So happy Thursday to all our listeners. Greg's just getting used to the magic of podcasting.
I love that.
This is going to be an extra silly episode, I think.
It's a beautiful day. We're happy. We're together.
We're
with our
happy.
siblings.
And
We had a
we're-
great weekend.
I know oh my God. Before we get into anything with our siblings, let's talk about the weekend. Here's one thing that I didn't tell you. It didn't happen to me. But Amy Doherty, my friend who lives in Perth, was at a full-on nightclub. Like hundreds, thousands of people, lights flashing. I loved it. Not a mask in sight. She lives in Perth, and there's just no COVID there.
So they're
clubs,
safe.
wide open.
How do you guys feel about that?
I feel good about it. I feel like it's long overdue for Hot Girl Summer.
Fingers crossed.
Take
Jen.
it to the waters, call it a Yacht Girl Summer.
It just opened
Should we
my
go to
heart
Australia?
up. I was like, I called her. Okay, so we went out on Saturday night, and then so I got home and called her for an hour on the phone, and I don't remember most of the phone call, to be honest. But I told her I
Why?
wanted to figure out how to get there.
Sarah and I had a great night with Dave Sampson, local musician and our friend.
He's been on the podcast. You can go back and check out his episode. We'll link it in the show notes.
That was like a taste of, we had some fun.
I was so excited for that night out because it's just like the people. So it's Dave, his girlfriend Marcy, you were there, Jeff was there, I was there. And it just, when you know you're going to go out and have a good time? Mm-hmm. That's I was on level 1,000 all
I
day
know.
getting ready. My energy levels were up here.
They were.
I couldn't even read the menu when we were at the restaurant because it's too excited.
I had to order for Sarah. I love that though.
But we had fun.
So I can't imagine when actual bars open or Hot Girl Summer comes into play. Sarah's gonna actually combust.
I'll be on the floor.
You're gonna explode.
And here's the thing. So I was so excited to go out Saturday. I was like, friggin', I'm going out hardcore. We are getting, I know this isn't appropriate for all of our listeners, but I just wanted this. I was like, I'm getting drunk tonight, and it's going to be funny. And, sorry, Dad. But honestly, because Dave likes to have a good party.
This is true.
We were in the mood for it. So we were like, tonight is the night. And I'll tell you, Sunday, I've never been happier. The day after, I feel like my soul needed it.
Oh, Jeff and I did nothing. I had a nap.
I didn't even put clothes on.
I did when I went to the grocery store.
I was invited for dinner at Katie's parents' house, and my response was, given that I have yet to put on pants today, I think coming over for dinner sounds ambitious.
You missed up an opportunity to see the puppy again.
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
I thought you were going to tell me you went naked.
she probably would have wore her
To their
robe.
family dinner.
They would have understood.
I don't know that I would. Can you imagine, though? I've never driven anywhere in my robe.
I've never either.
No.
Why would you?
Who does that?
Why are you leaving the house in your robe?
Well, I don't. I've never. I mean, I do to put the garbage out, but I feel like some person has surely driven somewhere in their robe.
Our mom used to drive us.
Oh, every day.
In her robe?
Or maybe, I think it was more night, whatever her...
A negligee?
No. Her nightgown, whatever you call it, with a jacket over top. And she used to say she's going to kill us, but she used to say she would hope that she wouldn't get pulled over, if just by chance, that she wouldn't be dressed. We also lived a 3-minute drive from
We
school.
should have walked.
You probably made us late, so she had to drive us.
That's so, and it's not that it's, I just thought about it. That's one thing I've never done is driven in a car in a robe, in a bathrobe.
I somehow find that so hard to believe.
Well, I don't think I ever have.
Well, do you know what's funny? In our building, there's a pool and a gym. So a lot of people do wear their robes downstairs, but you have to go through the gym, through the halls, obviously, through the gym to get to the pool. But Jeff, the other day, just wore his robe. And I even feel like I can't do that because what if I run into someone I know? I feel like it's weird.
I think it's different in your building, though, because it's like that's your home residence still. I'm with you. But I would
It's just as easy to put a T-shirt and like comfy pants on.
I know, but so I think leaning into Greg's comment, I would 100% be wearing my robe down to the spa. I would, if I had to go down to get something from the concierge, I would just wear a robe.
Okay.
You know?
I'm with you.
What did you guys do Sunday, though, after
Nothing.
we went out? Nothing?
Nothing.
Did you
We
watch?
woke up around 10, which was super late for Jeff, especially. And I watched Dawson's Creek. Shocker. And
Ooh, I was wondering what you got into.
I don't know what it's called, Greg, the Netflix series.
Drive to Survive.
Drive to Survive.
I've heard that's
Watching
good.
that.
Have you watched that, Ben?
No.
Is Pat?
Okay.
I'm surprised Pat's not into that.
I can't even really think. Well, no, I want to say what Pat's watching right now.
That's Jennifer's
Naruto.
partner. What is that?
It's like a Japanese anime.
Oh.
Hey.
Okay, here's Sunday. This was
He's
one of
gonna
the
kill you.
reasons. I just really wanted to tell you this.
But can I tell
Yeah,
you
no,
that
you
we
tell
laid
me.
in bed from like 3 p.m. until
Amazing.
like 6 p.m. And Jeff was snoring. I actually I watched the Kardashians when I was laying there, but he was like asleep.
And isn't that a nice day? Like, when was the last time you wrote off an entire day
No, we
to
loved
just enjoy?
it.
I know.
We woke up and made egg McMuffins at home, like homemade ones, and that just made us over the moon. So excited. Made some chicken fingers, like the vegan ones, but I mean, they're still really good.
I had leftover Tony's pizza because I ordered a pizza to my house.
I was so mad when you sent me that.
3:30 a.m. And Amy Doherty, actually, when I was on FaceTime with her, said the phone cut off. And when the FaceTime came back on, I was just chowing down pizza, staring at the camera. And she's like, somehow you still look cute.
You know, when you're hungry, when you're, it's a late night, you've had a few drinks. I was starving. Like, I wanted a bowl of spaghetti. I wanted like a meal, but nothing was open.
No, nothing was open at 3 a.m.
So I had Doritos.
On Sunday, okay, do you know what I
Tell
did?
me,
I was by myself, and this is such a small delight, but it made me so happy. I watched 2 movies. I haven't watched a movie since
What
Christmas.
movies?
Okay, A Man from U.N.C.L.E. Remember we were talking about?
Never heard of it.
We were talking,
But I
about
don't.
it.
Okay, sorry, I've never seen it.
It's a good like. It's a
Spy
Guy
kinda
Ritchie
movie?
spy movie. It's
Yeah.
like fun. It's just like entertaining. And then I watched the movie Serendipity, the rom-com, and it's so
yeah.
good with
That's
Kate
old.
Beckinsale.
Cusack?
Yeah.
Molly Shannon's in it.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is good.
That reminds me of TBS, the Superstation.
That
It used to be on all the time.
If anyone's looking for a good rom-com, I think you should go back to Serendipity. My heart was very full.
That's nice.
It was magical. The only other thing we do have to talk about is,
Caffeine.
as everyone knew, we did the juice cleanse successfully. Not as successfully did the coffee detox go.
I'm still on it.
You liar! You are? You told me you were quitting it.
No, because I actually was told to do it for my naturopath.
She told me Saturday night that
If
she
I
was
was-
going to have a
no,
cup
no.
of coffee the next
If
day.
I felt like it, but I didn't feel like it.
I think
I
it's
had
fine.
a decaf.
Well,
But that only has 3% of the amount of caffeine, and I think it doesn't count.
I actually made a decaf coffee this afternoon. It's not as good, but
No, it's not. It's not as strong.
I couldn't make it. I did 7 days without coffee, and it just was not for me.
What about, do you guys drink, Greg, you drink coffee and cappuccinos.
Oh,
They are my poison.
very distinguished.
Fancy.
Yeah, he's very fancy. What
Yeah.
you drink a lot of coffee, don't
I
you?
like
Ben?
abuse caffeine.
Do you?
Yeah, I get real hyped up on it. I love it.
How many
Like,
cups a day?
Probably like I've cut down a lot, but like at least 2.
Okay.
At least 2.
That's
But I
not
used to get
crazy.
like double shots of like lattes and stuff, and like I don't know.
I
Get a
can't
couple
do
of them.
that.
Yeah, I know it's crazy. My hands
That
would be
is
shaking.
wild.
And that's
Yeah.
something I noticed from having, like when I had the decaf yesterday or the other day, that you feel nothing. You're drinking it and you feel, because you know how sometimes I
Right.
can feel,
Yeah.
you and I are very similar. Like I can feel the caffeine. Anyway.
Right. So then I'm going to change my question. So I failed at the coffee detox for everyone listening.
You drank a espresso martini.
Under Dave's pressure, he told me that on below deck, everyone gets espresso martinis. And he was like really adamant that someone out at our dinner, I've never seen him so excited for something.
He actually said that he would rather give up alcohol than caffeine. And then he thought about it. He was really serious. Then he said,
yeah, I pressured him a little on that one. He was like, that was a bad choice.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
But how's the no coffee going for you then?
Good. I don't feel anything. I feel great.
Are you on day 10?
Yeah, it will be 2 weeks on Saturday.
All right, here she goes.
So a couple more days.
Do you feel clearer? What's the benefits?
No. I've been falling asleep easier. I don't know.
Oh, that's good.
But I haven't been staying asleep, so that's still problematic. No, I feel good. It's just like a little reset detox. And also I was reading up on it, and it does help your body reset your tolerance to caffeine. Not that I had a high tolerance, but if someone did, abuse caffeine, like Jennifer said, and drink even more, say 3, 4, 5 cups a day, it's good to cut it out. And then you can actually reintegrate it. So you only need 1 or 2 cups and you still get very stimulated from it. Because some people drink so much, they just need more to get that like kick.
Yeah.
So
I think for me, the reason why I stopped doing it was because I was seeing no benefits after 7 days and I really wanted it.
Because you needed to give it another 7 days.
But that's what I mean. It's
Sarah.
like, it takes 14 days for me to get any benefits from detoxing it. That seems too long.
Fair.
Like I felt foggier in the afternoons, tired, and I wasn't falling asleep more easily, and I wasn't staying asleep. So
I was gonna say, good thing you're not on anything harder. Then it's a really weak resolution.
I did also do a juice cleanse and didn't eat for 2 days, and that was all good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you mean like good thing I don't have like any drug addictions?
Yeah, because you're like 14 days. I don't know. It's too much.
All right,
We love you.
We love you so much. All right, shall we get into the official episode?
Let's do it.
All right. First off, Jennifer and Greg. Actually, before we start, I'm going to add a little footnote in here. I do call my sister Ben.
Yeah.
And that's been something. So I will refer to her as Ben in this episode. I just know I will. So I'm just going to put that out there now.
You have so many nicknames. Jen, Jenny, Jennifer, Ben.
I think that's all of them.
Yeah. Just variations on Jennifer. Ben's the only weird one that I throw in the mix.
Your mom doesn't like that.
Is that true?
No.
No, she told me.
Oh.
She told you?
She was like, I don't like it when she calls her Ben.
Oh, Dad calls her Ben to me.
Like, does he?
Well,
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I misspoke from what Catherine said, but I remember her saying that.
Oh, no. She probably wouldn't like that.
Maybe.
But do you
Probably
mind?
because she wants it to be Jennifer.
You're the only person that calls me that.
Yeah. Just an affectionate nickname between sisters.
I call Greg. No other names. Not even
2 G's.
I mean, your name's Gregory, but I don't even think our mom calls you that.
She does not.
Mark's just coming in hot with the goods.
With some new Luvos
Some
for us.
Luve, so some cold
you, Mark.
Luvo.
All right, so let's get to know you two because we brought you on here. We thought it would be a super.
I don't know
fun.
if we introduced Greg.
No, we're. This is what
That's
I'm doing
okay.
now.
Okay. We did her.
I'm happy to
This
just
is
gloss
no.
that
We
over.
haven't really done that. What I was saying is we brought you on here because we thought it'd be a super fun episode to have our siblings on, where you guys get a chance to tell some stories about us, and then we can also talk about growing up together. And just thought it would be a little cute episode. So to start, Greg, would you like to introduce yourself? You can tell us a bit about yourself and what you do. Are you older, younger than Ashley?
Than Ashley? I'm 2 years older than Ashley. Although a lot of the time throughout our youth and continuing to this day, I do feel like the younger sibling sometimes.
Speaking of that, Dave Sampson told me that on the weekend. He thought that I was
The older sibling.
Mm-hmm.
Because you've been married for 10 years.
Maybe.
That's true. More adult. What do you do? Tell us about yourself, Greg.
Well, I am a lawyer, unfortunately, or for better or for worse. But that's what I do 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. I don't know. What do you guys want me to talk about?
You're very responsible. Okay, what are some of your passions? Let's get into this.
Also, Greg's like we're like all intertwined in our family now. I
And
feel
our
like,
friendship.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just grilling Greg here. Ashley, do you have no? Tell us what you're into, Greg, because you do have so many passions. You're into music.
This is true.
You
yeah.
love sports.
I might just let you do this. This is awesome.
Okay, a man of few words, and you've got beautiful hair.
Well, thank you. I don't know how it looks right now on YouTube, but hopefully
Looks fun.
respectable.
Jennifer's looks beautiful too.
Yeah, I'm definitely being outclassed by the 3 women. Mark, thanks for holding it down over there. Looking good though, by the way.
Ben, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name is Jennifer Murphy. I'm Sarah's little sister.
How much younger, Jennifer?
3 years.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, but it's funny because it's the opposite. Like, when people meet us, they always think I'm the older one. And Sarah's the younger one. And I'm like, why?
Based on our behavior together?
I guess so. Well, you have like a joie de vivre I don't have. Like, you're a little more bubbly. But like, I'm like, is it because I look older?
No.
Because they always offer that with a lot of confidence. They're like, she's older, right? And I'm like, no.
See, when I first met your sister, I thought she was older than me, only because I feel like you had done so many more things in your life than I had for some reason. I was like, okay, she's lived in Europe, she had a company, she's been here, she's been there.
Just busy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just up to things all the
Are
time.
you going to cry?
No, why would I be crying?
Greg told me he thought you were going to cry today.
Oh, maybe, but we're not there. We're not at that part of the episode yet. Jennifer, what do you do for a living?
I'm a makeup artist.
And you got a little shop downtown Halifax, right?
Yeah, I have like a little studio space in the Keith's Brewery building.
So cute. It's
So cute.
pink little shop called Jennifer Murphy Beauty if you ever want your makeup or lashes done.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sarah's lashes look good.
This is how I get done. All right. So let's get into this. We brought you on for some fun.
So do you want me to ask you two the questions?
Ask who?
You and Jenny.
Oh, yeah, and then I'll ask you and Greg. I love this
I
idea.
think this is good.
Okay.
We're just listeners. We're on the cuff.
Okay, so
I'll ask.
you go.
Okay, so what? You guys are 3 years apart. Very different people, obviously. But what's kind of your relationship like today? Like, how has it progressed from growing up till adulthood?
I cannot wait for you to answer this question, Jennifer.
I think we're like much better friends now.
Yeah, we're very good friends.
Yeah. Like, I wouldn't even have classified us as friends in like junior high and high school. It's not like you were like including me in your plans or vice versa.
Really?
Well, I think at that point, like, we never went to school together.
Yeah.
Do you know
But
what I mean?
I can't
Like,
picture Jennifer being like the annoying younger sister. I feel like she wouldn't
No.
want to hang out with you.
yeah, no, she had no interest in hanging out with me. Like, did you want to come hang out with me?
No, I enjoyed hanging out with my friends.
Fair.
But that's because we never went to junior high together. No. We never went to high school together.
Yeah, we had like friends in common, but we weren't like in the exact same like group of friends. Like, you played volleyball with my best friends.
Because they were a year older than you.
Yeah.
But that's kind of, our age discrepancy was like too big when we were youth. And then I went away to university.
Yeah.
And so we didn't live around each other.
I feel like our
For 6 years.
relationship improved during that period of time.
You missed her slightly.
Yeah, like, distance did our relationship well. Like, you know, I was always excited to hear from you when you were at school.
Did you ever go and
Oh, I
visit
didn't
her
know that.
at
Yeah, I
St.
did.
X?
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
Oh my gosh. That
They
was,
the men must have loved that when Sarah.
Yeah, except Jennifer was 16.
Yeah. Ripping it up.
Which was like a tiny footnote to the fact that she's a beautiful young lady.
so funny.
That's an important footnote.
Yeah, totally. An important footnote. But something that, anyways, enough about that. I agree with you. I do think that we're much closer now. I think we were close like as siblings, but not like friends growing up.
Yeah. We weren't like doing a whole lot together. I mean, every once in a while our social lives would overlap, but I feel like that was like the older we got.
Yeah, we used to have parties together
was
when we were in high
just
school.
thinking So you guys teamed it up for that.
Yeah, I was like the worst at throwing parties because I would always get caught. I just like, I don't know.
Sarah sneakier?
Yes, Sarah never got
Were you
caught.
sneaky?
I got caught doing everything.
I'm very good at being sneaky if I
I
need
can
to
see
be.
that.
Yeah. Sarah just think things through that I wouldn't think through. And you were much better at like cleaning up. Like, I would just be like,
Jen
mess
would
here.
leave all the garbage bags from the party
Yeah.
in like the yard of the
I can't wait for Tim or Catherine to hear this. I'm sure they've heard
No,
these
mom
stories.
knows. Jennifer's
Mom
been
knows.
caught.
She caught me like every time. Like, she knows. I was
So
sloppy.
funny.
Yeah.
No, I think we're really good friends though now. I like that we live in the same city.
Yeah.
And I think we get along more now. Like we hang out.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely
You know, we only fight on occasion.
Yeah. We clash. That's because you can like push my buttons.
Another good skill set of mine.
That is a skill
Tears
set.
are coming. It's a matter of time.
All right, so Greg, why don't you tell us what your relationship is like today between you and Ashley?
I would say Ashley's one of my best friends. Yeah.
That's
Oh,
nice.
That's so nice.
I feel like we're the opposite from you. Well, we always hung out. Again, we did grow up
Yeah.
similar to you guys, partly in a small town, and a lot of his female friends were my friends too, or their sister. I don't know. Everyone was always hanging out together.
A lot of sports overlap too, and
Yeah.
like for instance, a couple of my best friends had younger siblings that were around the same age as Ashley, so it would kind of work out that we were all playing sports with or against each other, and
Yeah,
tons
like
of overlap.
trips and stuff like that.
I think it makes a difference when you're only 2 years apart because you go to school together. And so you're on like sports teams
Well,
together and
just
stuff
to
like that.
clarify, at our high school, it went from grade 7 till 12
Right.
because it's so small. So we always went,
Just school together.
yeah, except for the elementary high school gap. But yeah, so that makes it a bit different too.
Yeah. Like we were never in school together.
No, we missed each other every year because they kept switching up the school system.
So
Yeah.
I like that. But you guys are best friends. You guys have a really nice relationship.
Best
I
might
feel
be
like
a
our
little-
relation-
I'm kidding. No, definitely.
Relationship's good. It's always been relatively consistent. I don't think we've ever gotten a fight that like we haven't spoke or got mad. Or
Have you guys gotten any physical fights?
I might have like slapped you once or something, like long time ago.
I'm sure that's happened.
But I don't remember. We never really got. He wasn't
No.
really allowed to. Like I was younger and a girl.
That's nice.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't have done that.
No.
But I'm more so if you ever hit Greg.
Not that I can think of.
No, I probably pushed him or kicked him, but not like anything that's standing out. No,
Jennifer and I had a much more volatile relationship growing up.
that's like Jeff and his sisters. They used to throw like things at each other, and no, we never did that.
No, except the wooden block that I threw at your forehead when you were an infant.
But
and
I was a
two.
baby. He threw it in the crib, and I had to get my forehead taped together because it was too hard. I was too young for them to stitch it, and they didn't want it to scar. And anyway, so
It's one of my
you didn't
first-
like me.
First memories from childhood is getting in trouble for that. Getting a very stern talking to from my dad. Deservedly so.
I love that.
So funny.
All right. So I'm going to ask the next question to Greg.
Okay.
Greg, can you tell us what Ashley was like growing up?
I can't wait to hear this.
There were phases.
Tell us about these phases.
No, she was pretty energetic for sure, and I think a lot more outgoing than I was as a kid. I'd still say that's probably mostly true, that she's a little bit more outgoing than I am. Not to say that I'm an introvert by any stretch, but
You're more of a thinker.
a little more analytical maybe than laid back, a little quieter.
Would we not call you an introvert?
I would hope not.
Oh. I don't think it's a bad thing. I mean, I would call you that.
More reserved, I feel like. But I think I was maybe kind of bossy. I feel like I'm still kind of bossy.
Particular.
Particular.
Yeah, I
yes.
don't think you're
that was my
bossy.
warning label. No, yeah, not bossy, particular. Like I know what I want and I know what I don't want.
And actually, I think that's a very funny dynamic growing up because you are so passive, I find, Greg. So I feel like Ashley probably did tell you what to do.
But when you're younger, you don't think in that mind space that at the time I probably could have like manipulated him into certain, but I didn't think like that when I was
No,
younger.
you're a nice person.
Yeah. No. So funny.
I would say more outgoing in the sense like if we had to order pizza or Chinese food, it would not be me making the call. Ashley would be on the phone each time.
Mother hen.
Or
Not
like
mother hen,
answering
just
the
more
door.
Enjoyed it.
I'm more like my dad in that sense, I guess. He's like very outgoing, obviously. You've met him.
I've met him. I'm familiar.
Yeah, Ash has got a little more Bill. I get a little more Sue. I think on the balance.
We used to have parties too, and I was really good on the cleanup train. Like my mom would be like, the house is cleaner than you know what I'm like.
Yeah, she's
than
like,
when I
something,
left.
you've done something. It's cleaner
No,
here
she
than
said
when
she
I
would
left.
never know, like we would tell them, but she would just never have known.
That's so funny.
There was one incident that we had to cover some tracks on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My friends really screwed me over on that
What
one.
happened, Greg? Tell us.
Well, I can't really say much because I was going home to collect some illegal beverages myself from Billy's collection. Sorry, Dad.
It was that phase
How
of
old
when
were you?
people were testing them.
I would have been, I think, grade 12. So it was kind of a legit expected
I think
bit of
I was
behavior
grade-
from
yeah,
me.
grade 9 or 10.
Yeah, it was an early one for you, and that's why we had to, basically we had an understanding that it was not going to be spoken about, but ultimately one of Ashley's friends kind of blew everyone's cover.
But can I just say that I don't even think I had one drink. Like, I don't even think I did.
And you got in trouble for drinking?
No, but it was one of those things, not like yes, but no. But it was more of the situation that kind of unfolded, that we were there and we were like, you know what I mean?
How did
and
you
that
get
one of our
caught?
friends got,
Somebody was peeing on the front lawn.
no, we had to call one of our friends' moms because one of the girls got drunk and we were like panicked. So we called our friend's mom, who was like the coolest, and thought, oh, she'll help us. But she was like, I'm going to tell your parents, obviously. Like, I'm not involved in this.
She's like, I'm a mother.
Yeah. But the funny thing is that our punishment, my mom and Stacy's mom and our families, who's like my best childhood friend, they did whatever the other one did. So whatever Dar said, she would call my mom and be like, well, what's Ashley allowed to do? And they would conspire. This is true, right,
This is
Greg?
true.
Always. Like, we wouldn't be allowed, if one of us wasn't allowed to do something, we weren't allowed to do it. So our punishment got woven in together was that we had to mow the high school soccer field, I think, a couple times. First of all, my dad had like the best ride-on lawnmower, the fastest. And that I used to do that actually for like a side hustle.
I love
he
the
made us do
ingenuity.
that, and he thought it would be embarrassing. And we were like, we don't care. Like, it's Middleton. People are driving tractors down the street.
Can confirm.
So, and I wasn't allowed on the computer for like a week or something.
I like that. So you got caught because someone peed on the front lawn. I think that's great.
But I agreed to not say a thing. But I said, you got to deal with this, Ash. This is out of control.
Yeah.
Pretty rowdy, middle of the day.
That's what you do.
Do you want me to go again? Okay.
No, I want you guys. What's the question you asked? I forget.
I asked Greg what you were like growing up.
Oh yeah, Jennifer. What was Sarah Murphy like as a child and teenager?
She was just always like a little superstar. So like when we were young, you were always like so good at everything, and everyone liked
Superstar.
you. Well, like you did well in like elementary school. You were athletic. You were doing like track in junior high school. You were student class president in junior high school. You won the citizenship award. Like
High achiever.
yeah. And then in high school, it was like same thing. You were like involved in all the leadership things. You were like on like a great sports team. You did like everything. And
Greg, why didn't you amp up my accolades like
I
this?
am
Jesus.
so sorry, Ashley.
no, it was like teachers were always like, your sister was such a pleasure. And I was like, I
That paved the way for you, Jennifer.
bet. No, it didn't, because I'm nothing like that. It was worse, because conversely, as compared to one another, it was like,
That's not true, Jennifer.
well, like in school, it was definitely true. Like mom used to
Yeah.
have to get talks about how I would never die of stress, and like, things like that.
That
you
is
know?
not a bad thing in this day and age.
Sounds like a good coping mechanism.
But
so.
I feel like you were always like an old soul. Like you were just realistic, and you would be like, yeah, I don't understand the point of this assignment, so I'm not going to do it. Whereas like I would never have that like the rationale to reason through that. I would just do whatever I was told.
I was just lazy. I wanted to like argue my way out of things.
And you did that successfully.
But I don't think that's fun for a teacher to encounter.
You should have been a lawyer, apparently, Jen.
I was just going to say.
But I think you're like always very smart and like more like I just did as I was told, but I think you were much like smarter and like more thoughtful about things. And like I also I value this, and Greg knows this because Greg and I fight about this a lot. I value people who don't just follow the rules all the time. Like I think that's a very good life skill. And I think there's a lot of good traits that come behind that. As long as you're not like just doing it recklessly, but if there's like reasons why you're not going to do something and you're able to defend that and think through it, I think that's great. I think that's a very good skill. I think you have that skill, and I didn't develop that till much later in life.
Well, I
You've definitely
You sure
developed
got
that,
it now,
Sarah.
buddy.
But now if you ask me to do something, I'll almost never do it.
Yeah.
Very true.
No, we were very different growing up.
Yeah. Well, like, I don't know. I just feel like you were always like recognized for like high achieving and just, you know, like
Being
Smarty
excited.
pants.
it's still the same thing, which like I enjoy, but like I've never met anyone else who people just get hyped that they know her. Like when I was working at Mac, like Gardner's family showed up. I didn't know. I've never met them before. And I was in the back room on my break, and someone came back and was like, hey, like, there's someone outside here that wants to meet you. And I was like, oh, okay. And it was Gardner's family. It was his mother. And he was
One of my best friends.
oh my God, you're Sarah's sister. I was like, yeah. And she's like, give me a hug. We love Sarah. I was like, okay. But that was it. I was like, I don't know what else
But they now love you.
Yeah, for sure. But I was just kind of like, yeah, I'm related to her. So you're welcome.
I know what you mean, though. I don't feel like people... I don't think people think that about me, but about you. Whoa.
I think people think this about other
it's
people.
not the same. Like, no.
Okay, but, and just to say this, and like, not to downplay this, because I do think it's right. I do think people do this. I think it's just a gift of mine. I just am like, that it's just like a natural gift. I'm just very excited, and I love to see people, and they like that energy.
Yeah.
But I don't sometimes.
Me either.
This is why the world goes round. We're all different.
Yeah.
Seriously. All right, Greg, tell us, Jennifer, thank you for saying that, but I just want everyone to know that you were also a very good athlete growing up.
Greg, what did the teacher
And a
say
child
about
star.
me?
I was always 2 years ahead of you, so I kind of
And you were way smarter. So
Oh, did they know?
was incorrect.
Did they connect you with Greg when you were meeting them? Because you're the younger
Yes.
sibling.
Listen, I went to the smallest high school yesterday.
So,
yes.
but
Greg was really, really smart, and I wasn't as smart. So I feel like they were probably like, oh, she's the smartest Greg. And no.
And I just want to put this like little caveat in here as well. I think school is like a poor measurement of someone's like actual intelligence or smarts. It's just like some people, it's just like built for them and it's very easy to do, as it was for me, and I think probably for you too, Greg. And I don't think it's like any measurement of actual.
Definitely not. She's way smarter than me.
Just in different ways, but that's
We
the
all
thing.
love
Is
each
like
other.
it's very
Yeah.
structured for
Totally.
one type more
Yeah.
so, especially then, right?
All right, Greg. So tell us right now, as a sibling, I want to know what Ashley's best qualities are and what are her worst qualities. As a sibling, like not
Gosh.
as a human, like as like in your sibling relationship. What did you like about growing up together and what drove you nuts?
There wasn't too much that drove me nuts. I'll start with the negative side, I guess, but there nothing really.
Like not like showers in the morning and she was in there for an hour.
Not
No, that was
anything
the-
like that.
the
It's
other
probably
way
the other way.
around.
Yeah, I took my sweet ass time doing pretty much everything through my teenage years. So
Probably me, I'll just answer part of this for you, but probably me yelling at you to hurry up.
oh yeah,
Like I was beyond. I wanted to go to school and like hang out before.
Yeah.
Greg wanted to walk in as the bell rang.
oh every day. Like my dad and Ashley are the same way there. Like they're extremely punctual. I'm not like late, but I'm like I push it. I get there when I have just enough time. Yeah. But definitely in high school, I was like, if my homeroom, I had to be there by 9:07. I was landing in my seat at 9:07. Like, and I would get up at 8:50.
In the
Like,
nick of time.
then have an instant breakfast, half a shower, and just like drive to school.
And I was
and just
screaming.
make it. Ashley would
Probably.
be losing her shit, especially when I got my license.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what were the best things? What did you love about having her as a sibling growing up?
I got one more negative thing.
Oh, yeah.
Tell.
Well, it's not
Tell.
negative, but no, just I played hockey at a pretty high level as a kid, and Ashley would come to the games, which I appreciated. I had to go to ballet, which I didn't love, but looking back, actually, I kind of enjoyed some of those performances. They were pretty good. But some of the guys I would play against definitely took a shine to Ashley, which was a difficult thing for a 13,
One in
14,
particular.
15-year-old. One in particular,
One
not
that
going to
I
name any
happened to be
names.
married at. Yeah,
Yeah,
married to.
but no, that was probably maybe a better hockey player.
You
so-
were kind of mean about stuff like that now that I remember. Yeah, like I feel like you wouldn't want me to come around sometimes.
That's not true, but
But I feel like
but
you
I
would
think
be
that's
like-
fair at that age because
Yeah.
you're like, I don't want my friends hitting on
Yeah.
my sister.
Yeah, no, well, Sarah wouldn't like allow her, or you would just tease people if they hung out with me. They'd be like, "Here, hanging out with my sister," and then they really wouldn't want to hang out with me afterwards.
Did I do? I don't think I did that.
Did I do that? Yes. Yeah, I would be uninvited to things because you'd be like,
Ben.
Yeah, you'd be like, "You invite my sister?" Yeah,
Oh, because
I
you were
don't remember
younger.
that.
yeah.
I'm
Sarah.
sorry. No, I feel
She
bad
was-
about that. If I'm sorry, I don't think actually as much that I did that as like some of my guy friends would have done that.
Yeah, just out of respect.
No, because they're babies. Thinking of Tom Evans in particular.
Yeah.
I should complete the positive side of
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
complete.
Just
Yeah,
yeah,
weigh it out.
I'm
Greg,
gonna pump
get
Ash's
in
tires
here.
a little bit here, but
Weigh it out.
I think just being so outgoing and personable all the way through made me kind of try to live up to that standard a little bit. Even again, 2 years younger, but
You make Greg a better person.
yeah, for sure,
That's really nice.
That's really
Try.
nice.
it's the truth.
Oh, you didn't make me a better chef.
Well, actually, I was just gonna say, Jen, it is your moment to tell us now. Like, what drove you nuts about me?
Well, when we were
Growing
young,
up together.
I liked you a lot when we were young because Dad would always say that I would just like look at you whenever you were doing. I would just do it. It was nice to have a strong lead, and I still love that now. Like I'm like always in little
Emphasis on
sister mode.
strong.
Yeah, like
Strong's
I'm
a
like
good word.
I'll get in the back seat. Like you just tell me what I need to do, and I'll do it. Like I like a little guidance and direction. I feel like Sarah kind of pummeled that into me, and then.
Another good word.
Right, it was great. And then the older we got, I mean, you're always so supportive and like number one. I mean, things that would have annoyed me in high school would have been like, yeah, you just messing up my social life a little bit.
I'm sorry.
Or embarrassing me sometimes and things of that nature. And I mean, now it's just like button pushing. Like, you know, I don't really have a temper, but Sarah knows how to like push me over that line.
She knows how to do that with
I
everyone.
know.
I don't acknowledge it though, but sometimes I'm like, you're pushing my buttons.
Yeah.
I don't know what your buttons are as much, but
Because that's how I'd like to keep them.
Yeah, no, that's good.
A
That's
good
good.
strategy.
well, and I don't try to push your buttons, to be fair.
I've seen you push other people's buttons
Yeah.
more. No.
Like Greg. Mostly, it's
I don't think it's intentional. I think you think you're genuinely helping when you give like one suggestion too much. You know, or your delivery, because sometimes I'm like, stop talking down to me, and you're like, I'm not talking down to you. I'm like, okay. Yeah, so.
Well, that's good. My delivery. I mean, I do pick on Greg sometimes purposely, but I haven't been lately.
It's like another one of your good qualities, though, because like you're like a teaser. You like to tease people, and like some people are really into that. Like sometimes I'm like, "Whoa, Sarah, back down." But most people respond really, really well to it, and they like that you're so playful with them. They're like, "Oh,
Because then she'll like do a little elbow and laugh like that.
yeah, exactly."
But I get it's annoying quality. I thought you were going to
No,
say
it's funny.
at one point, Jennifer and I weren't allowed to get showers in the morning before school because we used to get into like brawls before.
Why?
Because we'd both be trying to get showered before we'd have to leave for school, and we had to share a bathroom. So still a very good setup. And to be fair, we had another shower that we could have gone to use in a bathroom downstairs, which we never did. But we used to get in such massive fights every morning before school that we were then banned from getting showers in the morning.
I don't remember the fights, but I remember liking when you left and went to university. I was like, this is so nice.
And luxurious. You could shower again in the morning.
Yeah.
We used to have to shower before bed.
All the amenities to myself. It was good. I was like, yeah, she can stay
All
away.
the boys, everyone to yourself. Sarah wasn't
Yeah.
blocking anyone.
No.
I don't think I was blocking anyone from Jennifer. That's so funny. Yeah, I enjoyed growing up with you. I thought
Yeah.
you were good.
And
I
as
was
adults-
scared of you.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's good. You should have a little bit of fear of your sister. You know, like sometimes I have to remind you.
I'm still scared of
I have to say I'm not scared of Greg whatsoever.
I hope. Yeah, that's a good thing. I
Why would
Yeah,
I be
no, that's a
afraid of
good
you?
thing.
Yeah.
Are you afraid of Ashley ever?
sometimes.
See, it's a thing.
Yeah, but maybe I know when you're in a bad mood. Like I know. Like you just know. And I
Witchy.
just yeah.
Got
But then
skills.
I like to I'm like, come in, let's talk. Like I like to unpack it. You don't get like
nice.
angry.
And I don't.
I was gonna say I don't know what you're like in a bad mood. I don't think I've ever seen you I've seen you like upset, but I've never seen you in like you're angry.
He gets very short.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
I'm-
It doesn't happen very often, though, I don't think.
Yeah, no, I can't think of a time.
Have you ever seen me in a bad mood, Sarah?
But you've also seen me in a bad mood, so I think we show our emotions much more.
And maybe Jennifer and Greg can weigh in on this, that because Sarah has so much energy, and like she brings so much energy into a room or a situation, when her energy is not there, you know.
You know, yeah, for sure.
Oh,
There's
Yeah.
times I've been like, "Oh, are you okay today?" Like I can feel, and you're like, "I'm fine." You don't know how to read my energy, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, yeah."
Yeah. It doesn't happen that often.
No,
but like,
it doesn't happen that
I'm
often.
always-
but you can feel, like you can, as much as you can feel your energy, when your energy's not up here, you can also feel it.
Yeah. I know.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. And I should add that, like, there's lots of positives to our relationship now as adults, too. Like, I feel like we genuinely enjoy each other's company, you know?
She's a great dog aunt.
Yeah, that's good. Also, can you babysit on Wednesday?
She
TBD.
can't. I can.
But I thought it was Thursday.
One thing I do love about having a sibling, and I do like this now, is like Jen will go along with a lot of the nonsense that I like to get up to. And now I feel like we team up together more against mostly mom. We don't do a lot to dad.
Poor Catherine.
Yeah.
But I love that. We do have a lot of fun together. And that's what I like about going home. Because when we go home, we still, in Newfoundland, we're in a small town. We're often like alone. It's just like us hanging out. So it's like fun. I like that you are always open to doing the things that I want to do.
Yeah. And I like that you respect my boundaries. Like, if I don't want to do skidooing and stuff like that, you don't push it.
I do not make you do skidooing. But you do come skiing with me, which is good. So.
Yeah. Sometimes
I
you
just go
convince me to
skidooing by
do
myself.
bad runs that I don't like doing. And I regret it. But then
But
you're
you
like, come
make it
on.
down.
Yeah, but it's not fun for me. And I swear the whole time. And I'm angry at
Sarah,
you.
when are we going to do skidooing?
You want to go skidooing?
I would love to.
Well, I think you're
now.
going to have to wait till next winter. But, well, I didn't get to go this year because I didn't get to go over to Newfoundland. But next winter, if it's a good winter, we'll go. How about that?
Count me in.
All right. Greg, tell me, and I'm going to ask this question.
No,
to
you ask it.
Tell me an embarrassing story. Do you have any? Maybe there's not one. I don't know.
About
Me?
you?
Yeah.
A fun or embarrassing... Tell a childhood story about Ashley for us.
Well, I was actually rehashing this story with my mother the other day.
Stop.
It involved our newspaper delivery boy at the time, who was the son of the chief of police, small town, Middleton. But he used to come, I think, like once a month to collect his dues. My mom would pay him, I guess, like once a month.
Well, I think they drop off paper, and then eventually you have to pay them for all the papers they
Yes.
drop
Yeah.
off. Yeah.
Yeah, and Greg Brown, God bless him, he came to the door one day, and we were huge on Home Alone at this phase of our lives. Like, when I say huge, I mean like watching it out of season, that kind of thing. But anyway, Ashley was tasked with delivering the money in an envelope to Greg, and he came to the door, kind of a shy, quiet guy himself, but in high school at this point, I would imagine, or junior high. And Ashley, who was probably 4 or 5 years old, went to the door with the envelope and gave him the envelope and just said to his face, like deadpan, as like a young kid, "And keep the change, you filthy animal."
Sad.
Yeah. And my mother
Mom came
lost
flying
it.
around the corner.
Yeah.
She wasn't mad, but she was like, "I'm so sorry." Yeah, because the door to the kitchen, we had like a side entrance, and it was right there. He came to the back door, and she heard, and yeah,
I love that.
she tried not to
story
laugh,
so
but she was like,
much.
"Oh, I'm sorry."
Did you get in trouble?
No, but Mom was just like, "Ashley, like, why would you say that? That's not nice."
How old were you? Were you actually 4 or 5?
Something like
Maybe,
that. Yeah.
maybe a few
little
years older.
I think that is
I'm happy you said that story because I thought you were going to say a different story.
what
Which one?
story?
I can expand on it.
I
if you-
thought you were going to say
you can-
because
you can
this
tell
is the
another.
most. That to me is not embarrassing. That's just
No,
funny.
it's not.
I think
But
that's funny.
embarrassing for me was in grade 9 when one of your friends came to a dance with me in high school, and I was not happy about this at the time, but he kissed me at the end of the dance in the cafeteria. So you go down the gym, out of the gym at the cafeteria before you leave, and it's daylight like this, or
Yeah.
like bright, sorry. And you saw this happen, Dan Turner. Sorry, Dan.
What's up, Dan?
We're dropping your name. And you went home and told Mom that I kissed Dan Turner in front of
course I
all
did.
the teachers, in front of everyone. And that embarrassed me, like my coaches.
I would be horrified.
But I didn't know he was going to do it. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed.
I remember one of your,
I would be embarrassed.
I think
too. That's a sin.
basketball. I mean, you played every sport, but one of your teammates' mothers actually witnessing it as well through the cafeteria window, just creeping.
Just not like me. And I mean, it's fine now. But at the time, I was embarrassed.
I think that's fair. I'd be very embarrassed by that.
Dan was a smooth operator back in the day.
He gave 0 Fs at that moment. Bless him.
That's so funny. I freaking love that. Jen, oh wait, do you have any stories about Greg? Because we could tell one of those right now.
I don't think I really do.
Awesome.
I thought about these
move
because I'm
on,
like,
move
I don't
on.
really think. No, not nothing. I know you guys will have 100.
I don't know. Well, I think it's funny because, well, do you have any stories about me?
Well, I just feel like Sarah just always had wild impulses and our parents would indulge her. Like, you always wanted to set off fireworks and stuff like that. And would like insist like every winter that we'd have to get fireworks, and you would put them off, and you'd be young too. And you always wanted to do
Danger.
crazy stuff, and my parents would be like, "Sure."
This sounds very
They're like,
on brand.
Sarah's got it. And they had full confidence in you. You would just do crazy stuff.
I did once light a firework and it shot back and hit me in the foot.
Yeah.
Dangerous.
But I was older then. I think I was like in grade 9
Yeah.
or grade
so
8.
Which really doesn't
mature.
seem that old
No.
to be setting off like
You're not 18.
Yeah, exactly. You weren't buying them. Yeah.
That's true.
And then I did think of another story, and I'm like, I don't know if this is this embarrassing?
Well, I don't know. Let's hear it.
Do you remember when I was upstairs straightening my hair and Nan came?
This is a good story.
Yeah. And this is like the first indication that was probably like death. But I went to the stairs because Nan came through the door and she was like, "Where's your sister?" And I said, "Well, she's upstairs with Steven because you were studying with Steve."
No, Alan Little.
Oh, Alan Little.
Was in my room.
Right.
A lot
okay.
of names getting thrown
I
out here.
know.
I know.
Old names.
Well, you were studying with him, and I was like, "Oh, she's in her bedroom with Alan Little." And she asked me what she was doing, but I thought she asked me what I was doing. I said, "Straightening my hair." She was like, and she took off because she was upset that Sarah was upstairs in her room alone with the boy straightening her hair. So she found her. We had a
Is that what they're calling it
babysitter
these
at the
days?
time. Yeah.
Yeah, because mom was gone
Yeah.
away. So we had someone staying at the house because I probably would have been like 4. She was gone for like 2 weeks.
Yeah. And nothing was happening. I was in my room, which is basically adjacent to your room. I was straightening my hair. The door was open.
No, we were doing a school project.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't doing
Nothing
anything weird.
was happening, but my nan got really upset that Sarah was upstairs with a boy straightening her hair. So she went and found the person babysitting us and like flipped out at her and was like, "Did you know Sarah's upstairs in her room getting her hair straightened by a young man?"
man.
And it became like a big fight because then Sarah was upset that Nan accused you of doing something like wrong.
Well, I couldn't understand why, like, to me, this was one of my friends. There was no, like, romantic anything between us. We were working on a school project, and my computer was in my bedroom. Like, where did you want us to work on the project?
I just have to say, I was never allowed to have a boy in my bedroom or upstairs.
Right. Well, not just...
But Sarah was so responsible and trustworthy. And
I was too.
But Sarah would also be, it's hilarious that you'd always be punished when you were doing like very good things. Like you're being like a stand-up teenager, but you would always somehow get into trouble.
Yeah, but no one was mad about... But, like, that's where my computer was. Like, that's
Yeah.
how we did schoolwork.
Well,
so, like...
our parents took your side too. They were like, "Nan, you're out." Like, we're on Sarah's side. We
Oh, yeah,
stopped
Mom.
talking to her for like a short period of time.
We didn't talk to Nan for 2 months because I was so mad at her because I didn't think I did anything wrong. And this was one of the times when I was like, I'm
We're not
standing
ma-
up for myself.
So you weren't like up there sneaking, making out.
No, I was not making out with him.
Okay.
I was like doing schoolwork. That's why, but it was funnier that she thought he was straightening my hair.
A hair prodigy.
But you know what happened is she came back 2 months later because no one talked to her for 2 months.
Yeah.
Oh.
And because she was like too involved. And she came back and apologized to me 2 months later. And I just want to say, I had a wonderful relationship with my Nan after that.
Say, you gave her the silent treatment for 2 months? That's
Well, no,
horrific.
I think Mom talked to her. I didn't talk to her. I was mad at her.
I don't know.
Ben had no idea.
No, I wasn't keeping in touch.
That's so funny. Okay, I want to know, did you two ever have a moment where you had to like team up either against your parents or like in a situation?
That's a good question. Did we? I'm sure we did.
Probably. Nothing's jumping out, but
I teamed up on everyone when I wanted my parents to get a pool. Like I feel
Oh,
like
yeah.
that was like a push.
yeah. And she
yeah.
won that one.
Dad
Good
just
job.
like took the tractor out
In
and just
ground or above ground?
above.
That's still good.
I know.
Pool's a pool.
We couldn't commit. He couldn't commit that. No, I don't think really. I'm sure there were things like that we wanted to get or do that we would conspire around. I feel like now we'd probably be better
Oh,
at it.
it would be. We'd have an action plan.
But it's funny now as you're older too, like whether it's our parents or friends or other situations that like we compare things. We're like, yeah, like what the hell? Like you realize how much alike you are and how much you disagree with certain things, and you're just like,
Based on how you were raised.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's funny.
I do agree with that. I actually really like this because you and I used to team up. Like I find we were either like two peas in a pod or we were like fighting.
Yeah. Or we were calling dad on like a conference call, screaming, being like, I'm gonna murder her. And he'd be like,
Poor Tim.
yeah.
I feel like sisters can have like,
Yeah.
Moments.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
full
Do you know
range.
what's coming to mind actually just as you're talking? It just like I had a vision is around Christmas time. We would conspire about like finding presents all the time and like being very sneaky.
I was using an X-Acto knife.
Like we used to open
You
stuff.
guys
Make
were
a diagonal
smart.
incision. Oh my god!
In the
Knew it was up.
packaging.
Inspired again by Home Alone.
on the edge, you would open the packages.
Yes.
Oh my
Look at
god.
the label.
I think Mom finally gave up and she started hiding stuff, leaving stuff, I should say, at the car dealership. Like at
Which
her
I
dad's
found
work.
too.
Did you?
Yes.
Oh, I never did that.
Hey.
Yeah.
And you know how cars have like the trap
Yeah.
kind of door? Like Mom would put stuff in there, and that's low hanging fruit. Like we'd find that.
I would look at it like a challenge every year, and by the time I was a teenager, there was
you
no
were,
challenge.
You were. I feel like
here's
you would
what I
tell me.
think.
You'd be like, "Look over there."
Is because we're like this, I think I would look at presents like a challenge as like, where am I going to hide these that like my children would never find them and like would have the most elaborate. I would have like booby traps set
No,
up.
can I just tell you what Dad used to do? He would buy Mom, for example, it could be something from People's, like earrings or a bracelet, and he would bring something back from the car dealership, which would be this massive long box, and he'd put like one year he put a bottle of washer fluid for your windshield wipers in
Yes.
it.
Smart.
And like a couple packages of screws. So when you picked it up, I remember being like, why are you doing this? But Mom was Snoopy too. And she would probably be like, this is earrings or whatever. Anyways. So Sarah, I feel like you would be a play on that. Like
Yes.
really.
I think that's
Or you'd have
Bill.
like 10 boxes that you'd have to.
You're going to torture your children.
But I'm going to have a
can't
great time.
My kids are going to believe in Santa Claus till they're like 16. That's my goal.
I think
Be
that's
that-
great.
That's a
lot.
See, I'm the
Good.
opposite. Like some of our nieces and nephews, not the little ones, but I don't know if they still believe in Easter Bunny, Santa Claus. But I was saying to
do not.
Jeff, no, like Ella and Ethan probably not. They're not listening,
Definitely
so
not.
it doesn't matter. But a few weeks ago during Easter, I said to Jeff, do you think they know? Because if I were their parents, I'd just be like, listen, there's no Easter Bunny. Like I'm just more, I like to be mature about things and be like,
We should put a warning at the front in case any children are listening to this episode.
sorry.
That's all good. Ashley's just speaking truth here.
But I mean, we're going to have problems with our children because they're going to believe in things when they're 16 and mine are going to be like 7.
Oh yeah, Greg, your children are going to be teased by Ashley's.
That's probably true.
They're definitely not going to be on TikTok.
I hope.
There'll
not.
be something
Jesus.
new, Jen,
Yeah.
by that time.
Hopefully.
Jen, is there a time where you and I worked together or did something funny together that you remember?
Sometimes we were like coerced into like performing for Mom's friends.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mom would do that.
Like dance?
Yes. You know, like White Christmas, you know the sister song?
No.
They used to make us like lip sync and dance to it
When we were
for
children.
guests.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was painful. We'd have to put on like performances.
Is there footage of this?
Can you
somewhere?
show us after?
No, thank God.
I don't know that it was never like a choreographed thing. It wasn't like we did it. It was like Mom would be like, dance to this.
Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot about that. I was thinking of Jen, and this is more of, no, we both have this nature where we can be sneaky. There was this time when we were 12, maybe 13. We were living in Halifax, or I would have been
Yeah,
12
it
or
would have
13.
been like 10, yeah.
And we were up late just playing video games, watching TV, and wanted pizza.
Yeah.
And Mom was asleep. And so what I did was I taped over the doorbell and said, like, doorbell broken, please knock. I went up to her room to say goodnight to her, and I took her wallet, like, as I was talking to her, and left and took a 20 out. And then I went back in to say goodnight again and put it back. And Jennifer and I ordered pizza.
Oh yeah, and Sarah made a sign that was like, "Don't ring doorbell. Like, just leave at door." Like everything was thought through. It was great.
Yeah.
But I feel like your mom would have just let you have.
No, but
No.
it was like late.
That's
Yeah.
theft.
And she, okay. It was, yeah. But Mom more so when she retells this story, because I told her the next, like probably not the next day, but I told her a while after. She retells the story and she's like, why does Sarah keep coming in my room? Like, why won't she leave me alone?
Oh, she knew something was
She was
suspicious.
like, no, she was annoyed that I kept coming to say goodnight.
Yeah. Hey, me again.
I just want some of your money. So funny.
But
That's
yeah,
funny.
I mean, it was like pretty harmless theft. It was $20. She wouldn't have cared. It was more so that it was like, she would have been like, it's too late, go to bed.
Theft under 5,000.
But Jennifer and I were both in on that.
Conspiracy. I like that. Now I want pizza.
Yeah, we might have to get some.
So before we start to wrap and play some games,
Yes.
Sarah, what have you and your sister learned from each other?
Okay, I feel like I've learned a lot from you, because I think you are a very kind human and you really get to know people. And you understand people in a way that I sort of don't. Like, I'm in my own world and my own mission. I'm doing like my thing, whatever I think is like good. But Greg can like, if there's something in my mind, that is like what's on my mind. And not that I don't sit and get to know people. I do. Like, I really enjoy doing that. But I feel like, Jennifer, you have an ability to see things from other people's perspective and really understand them. And you can appreciate like different perspectives. I think that's like something I really value in you, and I learned that from you.
Thank you.
And the other thing that I just want to add in here is that Dad always told us growing up that your sister is your best friend, and like that used to annoy us sometimes when we were. He would always bring it up when we were fighting, but at the end of the day, he was right. Mm-hmm. And we are very good friends. And I really value that. And I value Dad hammering that into us our whole childhood. He's like, be nice to your sister. Mm-hmm. She's the best friend you'll ever have.
Yeah. Dad also said if Sarah hit me, I could hit her back.
Smart.
Tinsel.
However, I don't think I hate you. But Dad would also give Jennifer like the nod of okay if I was pushing her buttons.
Because you deserved
I wouldn't like punch Jennifer, but I would like do all the things to like annoy her. You know?
Yeah.
All right. So Ash, what is it that you value about Greg, or something you've learned from him?
I've learned so much. So many things. I would say, Greg, I don't want to say you're more like simple, but you like the simple things and like smaller things, and like you're really satisfied with like, you just appreciate a lot of things differently than I do. So I feel like it makes me appreciate other things that you appreciate, because then I'm like, you're right. That's really nice. Just even like being at the cottage, staring at the water. I'm like, yeah, this is nice.
Oh,
Grateful.
You
Grateful.
are very cultured. Like, you're both. What I think
and
is
music
funny
maybe
is you two are very similar in some ways. Like, you guys both love pop culture. You both love music. You're both like,
Me and Ben?
yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
like you
Yeah,
make me
yeah.
appreciate other things that like I don't really appreciate. That I'm like, oh yeah, that is a nice song, or I should
Maybe a
pay
little more
attention.
introverted than extroverted.
Greg, how about you? Is there something you love or that you've learned from Ash or that you value?
Oh, God. How much time you got? No, I think probably just not risk-taking or anything like that, but just like going after things that you want. I think Ash has done that at every turn in her adult life, and it's really inspiring and definitely sets a pretty good standard for me, which I hope to live up to.
I think that's because you have that logical lawyer
I overthink
brain,
a little bit here and there.
where I'm just like, do now, think later, whatever.
Ooh, can I ask you, Greg, what's like something you want to go after?
Well, I think I'd like to eventually start my own business at some point in life, but right now working for the man.
We're going to get you there, though, Greg.
Yeah.
I love that. Jen, is there something you want to go after?
No, not really. I'm pretty
You're a
happy.
recent puppy mom.
Yeah, I feel like that was one of my goals in life. I'm good.
That was a big leap. That's a big responsibility.
Yeah, the bar's low, but I'm like really happy right now. So
Oh, I
Good.
love hearing
Glad to
that.
hear
yeah,
That's really nice.
yeah, I'm sure I'll go for something.
We need to do like a 4 of us like dinner drinks.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
We can invite Josh.
I was just
and
going to
Pat.
say, I did have drinks and got to witness some sibling interaction recently.
Tell us,
at
Greg. Tell us.
Jennifer's makeup studio.
Greg watched me get my lashes done by Jennifer.
I didn't know you could shampoo eyelashes.
Yeah, you have to. That's a pro tip.
Yeah, Sarah.
Yeah,
I
Sarah.
shampoo my eyelashes every day now.
Sarah's like the poster child for eyelashes.
Yeah.
and
And it
Jennifer
helps with
doesn't.
retention, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
Greg watched the whole thing go down. It was like seeing behind the curtain what
Yeah.
women do.
Yeah.
Knowing what goes into the sausage.
Okay, yeah.
There you go. That's a way to describe it.
This has been so
Okay.
nice. It's like a walk down memory lane.
I know, just like a fun little episode. And it's nice to have you both here because we appreciate all of your support from both of you.
Can I finish off by saying what I appreciate about Sarah? Or I've learned
Please.
about?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah. I like really appreciate your like sense of adventure, just like, Ashley and Greg. And I also really appreciate your tenacity and like you're very adventurous. Like you just
Fun.
go for it. Yeah. And I'm often in my comfort zone. So like I really appreciate that you're so out there. Like, you know what I mean? You just have so many great qualities and you really make others happy and like, you know what I mean? They're always like pumped up after they spend time with you. So I think that's like a really special, that's like your gift.
Thank you,
You
Ben.
pump people up. Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet. I
It's
love
like
you
when we
so
went to
much.
Burnt Head Cove last year. Sarah, just like you all. I feel like this is just like, we love Sarah because we do.
This is weird.
But because you're very unique. And we went away on vacation together and Sarah brings like the games, the food, like things you would never think of. She brings them and it's the best.
She read my spirit cards that
So
weekend.
just like
Do
keep
you know
doing
what?
that.
I forgot, and I meant to bring my animal noise collar to this episode, and I forgot. I'm so upset.
Unique.
But I had like envisioned when Greg was talking, I'd somehow just get like the bear thing going through the microphone.
I just want Mark to hit me with that Tim and Sid noise. My man.
But Jennifer, you're right. And Sarah's like the person you can always just add in and you're like, oh, she'll make this fun. If it's not a fun room, she's gonna make it fun.
Okay, I love you all. Listen, I really appreciate this. I'm uncomfortable. I love you
Are
all
we
so much.
almost at tears?
No,
Yeah.
I
we're
was
close.
almost
We're
at
real
tears
close.
when
I almost
Jen was
saw a
talking.
tear.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was.
Do you want me to go on? Do you want me to add on to that?
I'm glad I took the under.
I don't want to cry. I love you all so much. I appreciate all of you. And I'm going to just say something I appreciate about Greg, because although he's not my sibling, we have such a deep connection. I feel like he's stuck with me for life. Do you not feel that way?
I completely agree.
No,
Yeah.
he said a few weekends ago that I think we were at our parents' and he's like, well, yeah, I mean, something about you came up. He's like, well, Sarah's Ashley's best friend, but she's like my best friend too, in a way.
That's nice.
I love you. You're one of my best friends too, Greg. I love you so much. But what I do love about you is you put up with all of the razzing that I give you. And I've stopped because I've toned it down. You have to say that.
Bullying.
Yeah, I know.
No, I'm just kidding.
I haven't.
It's always well received.
Yes.
I pay more
It comes out
attention
of love.
to the things, that upset you. I haven't called you a baby in a very long time. And
And that's just inherently upsetting.
I know,
For
but I
anyone.
call Ed.
Right, Mark?
Mark
you
is
ever
the baby
been called
treatment too?
baby? No, that's just
No,
like,
Mark's not a baby most of the time.
Oh,
but like
okay.
I am. But I am too.
You
It's
call
not
yourself
just
a
you.
baby a lot.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
like, well, grow up, Sarah. You're like in your 30s. You're not a baby.
yeah. But here's something I really like about you is that we have really good conversations. You pay attention and you love to have deep conversations and get to know people. I think that's nice.
Yeah. Sarah does say that she enjoys your like
Company.
Yeah, your company.
Always.
geez.
I
well, you
always
guys are
love your
complete
company.
opposites, but I think it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great thing.
We bring out a good balance.
Sarah just likes to
I'm just gonna
challenge.
challenge everyone. I love this so much. And Ashley,
Yes.
I just love having you as my best friend, and it's brought us all together.
You gonna cry?
No. Why is this a thing about me crying? I love you. Okay, before we wrap though, we gotta ask them the
I'm
question.
touching your boob.
Ask them the question.
Oh yeah. Okay, so spring is upon us. Summer's around the corner. What, Jennifer, are you most excited about? What's lighting you up right now in life?
The weather, so nice.
sun.
It's warming up. You know,
Poodle.
poodle outside, patios. You know, the sun. Like I feel like whenever it's sunny, I'm in such a good mood. Like it's so uplifting. You know, you just want to go outside. You want to socialize. I'm sure we'll be more social this summer. You know, fingers crossed.
Someone posted a meme the other day. I think it was our cousin Amanda actually, and it was like seasonal depression. Everyone's kind of like, down in the dumps. And it was like first day of warm weather. Everyone's just like sunglasses on, like moods times 100. Like it just really does make you feel so good.
So good.
I'm like already not sleeping as much because I'm up late and up early.
Yeah.
It's settled in
get all
until
the
fall.
daylight, yeah.
Settled into September.
Yeah.
Greg, how about you?
Yeah, what's lighting you up?
What's lighting me up? I think just the fact that we're probably pretty close to the end of a really interesting and terrible time for a lot of people. Thinking a lot of my sports business colleagues who, that's an industry, obviously, I mean, every industry's been hit by it, but definitely one that's been hit very hard by the pandemic. And I think just the fact that people are starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel is so encouraging, and it's going to be a lot better on the other side of the thing. I think we've learned a lot through the pandemic, and I think there's huge opportunity with how challenging things have become. I think you have to look at it that way. We know what to go after on the other side of this thing. So I'm looking forward to that.
Clubs.
Like raves.
Like raves and the Roaring 20s.
I know.
I think it honestly will be.
I feel like
gonna
we should
happen
all go
again.
somewhere crazy.
I'm
and
hitting
just
1,000 clubs.
Where
Yeah.
are we going to go?
All the clubs. I don't know.
Vegas?
Yeah.
Any place.
I'll do Vegas.
Well, we're all going. Family trip to Vegas. All right, Sarah.
Before we wrap, we are going to play a round of Queenie Grams, which we love so much. I know you two know how to play. It's very easy. Please pick a number between 1 and 101. Greg, you're up first.
69.
Oh, just
You know
like
what?
Andre.
Every boy
you,
that
Mark.
we bring into the studio makes this joke. Justin Belanger, Steven Dixon, Greg Sampson. Who else?
I think I might have beat Dix for the sweatiest podcast interviewee.
I don't know.
I'm looking at myself, and I think this is Sarah's iPhone,
was
but I
pretty
look like a tomato
sweaty.
right now.
All right,
It's this
Greg.
light, this halo light.
But in his defense, the heat was broken in here and it was like 60 degrees. So I think,
Dix was
Greg, you
dripping.
win.
Fair.
He was a trooper.
I run hot.
All right, Greg, what is your favorite childhood cereal? We're going to do this one as a round.
Oh my God, it's not even.
Greg
no
loves
contest.
cereal.
Golden Grams.
Yeah, I love Golden
Yeah,
Grams.
100%.
Never had them.
Oh, Sarah,
What?
you would love them.
I don't think I would because I don't like sugary cereals.
You'd like them.
Okay, I'll try them sometime. You know what? When we go away to, where are we
Burned
going?
Cove?
Burnt Coat Head.
Whatever.
Yeah.
The Knoll Shore.
If you don't eat Golden Grams, our marriage pact is off.
Oh, yeah. Greg and I have a marriage pact. No one knows what this.
2022.
No,
23.
yeah, it's December
little more time.
2023, right? Yeah, because next
No, that's-
December is too soon. It's December 2023, right?
I think so.
But that might
yeah.
be good.
Oh, no, is it a marriage pact? I thought we were just having a child.
Oh, actually. I
But
think
he'll
you're
do the
right.
right thing and he'll give you a ring.
We'll make it official.
I don't know. Anyways,
not
that's,
dating.
it's true. We've talked about this.
Greg is
Everyone's
single
upset that we're not
independently,
dating
and Sarah's single.
independently, but if by chance, that's the time when we will procreate. Jennifer, what is your favorite childhood cereal?
I have two. I have Honey Nut Cheerios,
Classic.
I'm with you, girl.
right? Or Harvest Crunch. That always reminds me of Grammy and Grampy's house.
Yeah,
So
they always
good.
had Harvest Crunch. I
Yeah.
love that.
Did you guys like Fruit Loops?
No, though, like our the only wild cereal we had was Honey Nut Cheerios.
Yeah.
Mom
Or plain
Mom
Cheerios.
didn't buy too many. We used to get Frosted Flakes and Honey Nut
Honey
Cheerios.
Nut Cheerios, yeah.
We're like
Yeah.
regular, but you know when you go to like a hotel and you
Yeah,
could get the
continental breakfast.
yeah, that's when I used to like love.
Lucky
and you put the
Charms.
milk right in the.
Oh, I used to get Rice
Oh,
Krispies.
yeah.
Oh yeah, no, don't love Rice Krispies. They're okay.
Yeah,
Rice
I
Krispies
remember
are
you
my
loving
favorite.
Rice
Yeah,
Krispies,
they're my favorite childhood
Yeah.
cereal. What's yours?
I did love Golden Grams as well. I feel like I did really like those, and Alphabets were my favorite.
All right, Ben, pick a number.
29.
29.
Your age?
Yeah, that's me.
Oh, well, here we go. It's the nicest day of the year. You have $20 to your name. How are you going to spend it?
Where am I?
Wherever you want.
You're
Oh,
here.
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 Or wherever you want.
Yeah, I'd probably just get a drink on a patio if it's summertime, right?
I like
I can
that.
bring Daisy.
Oh, yeah, Daisy can come.
It's a new
Yeah.
thing now, yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Just go
That'd be
out.
fun.
Yeah.
I'll
Greg,
go.
how about you?
If I had $20, man, that doesn't get you too far.
No,
right,
not right now.
these days.
no.
Can we
Nowhere.
use inflation?
I know what I would do, only
Oh.
because you just told me the price of this. I would be
Mini
going to
putt?
an outdoor mini putt.
Oh.
I feel like that would be good. $14, $7, enough for a $7 beer after. Recruit a friend. I think that's a fun day.
That makes sense.
Greg, what are you doing?
I don't know. $20.
You're going to hit a patio.
I feel like,
Probably,
yeah,
I don't want
patio.
to steal Ben's answer, but
You can have it.
how can you beat that? I guess that's the inner Haligonian coming out in all of us.
Or
Yeah.
grabs. I think I would grab some cans of wine at Luvo, wherever.
Shout out.
At SLCs or
Luvo,
any of
we
your
love
liquor
you.
stores. And get like a bag of popcorn or something or a bag of chips and sit outside somewhere. And, like,
I was
sit
thinking
on
like
the
Citadel Hill. Totally.
You could actually still have money left over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Maybe ice cream.
All right, Ash, pick a number.
I had a number in my mind. 46?
46.
It's a strange number to just randomly have in your mind.
No, you know what? Can I do 45? I read that one and I was like,
Okay, what secret society would you like to be a part of?
So I don't really know a lot about secret societies, but
Because they're secret.
Because they're secret.
fair. But I feel like the royal family.
Oh.
Dark.
I do not think I would choose that one.
No, I just want to know. Like, I want to know what's going on.
I don't know. That sounds like brave. Like, I think that's like opening Pandora's box.
And then I'll tell everyone what I find out.
I don't know.
Okay, what about you?
Do you guys have an answer yet?
Well, I'd probably try to join a cult somewhere. And then after my experiences, I'd come with like a tell-all book.
That's what I'm thinking with the royal family.
Yeah,
Like,
but I would do some pretty wild shit while I was in there. Like,
Really lean into it.
yeah, you have to immerse yourself so you can get like a
Okay.
good book deal.
Okay, I like that. Craig, what about you?
The Skulls? Is that what it was called? That
Skulls and
movie
Bones?
in
Yeah.
high school?
Skull and Bones.
I remember my high school girlfriend was obsessed with Paul Walker, and I was so jealous, and she made me watch that movie like 10 times. But it did seem pretty cool. The
She was
whole
like,
thing.
Greg, grow your
got a
hair
bit
out,
of-
dye it blonde.
I know. I think you've got a bit of Paul Walker.
Paul Walker with a sunburn right now.
I don't know what secret society. I feel like I've thought about this before. What secret society I'd want to be a part of, but I'm stumped, honestly.
like any,
Like Freemasons. And there's like,
yeah.
No,
Or
I
like
See what the boys are up
university
to?
ones, those weird, like,
right. No, they seem to
Alpha,
always end with
Gamma.
someone
you'd probably,
dying.
pledge a sorority. I could see you
Yeah.
in there.
Oh yeah, I
you'd
could-
be the queen of the sorority.
I mean, 100%. That's
The alpha.
put me in a sorority. Sign me up. All right, I'm going to do number 66 to wrap us up, and it is, what is your guilty pleasure? Right now, I'll go first. I'm going to tell you, I'm enjoying Parks and Rec on Netflix. I don't often watch TV, but it's like mindless, and sometimes I like it. And it's more so I'm at the point now where I have like 10 episodes left, and I'm like, I just need this to end. I've never actually watched the whole season because I think I got bored of it when it was on. So I just started watching the end part of it recently. But that's my guilty pleasure right now. What about you, Ash?
I don't really have one. I would say, I don't know. I love baths. Like, I just want to have like a bath midday, morning,
Spoil
evening.
yourself.
Like, that's my guilty pleasure.
Very indulgent.
I have one after my workout this morning, and Jeff came in. He's like, "Are you in a bath?" I'm like, "Well, just like a 10-minute, like a quick bath." I was cold, so yeah.
It's nice to warm yourself
You
up.
shot your mouth, Kiel Bertowski. That's what you said to him. Sorry.
What about you, Ben?
Well, I always enjoy every franchise of The Real Housewives. Right?
That's my girl.
I'm
Me
on
too.
Bravo, so I'm finishing Summer House right now.
There you go.
Yeah.
Greg, take us home.
Well, it's easy. George Michael's Freedom 90.
Oh, such a good song.
It's a
For all the
jam.
supermodels.
Exactly.
George Michael's, what a king.
Yeah, that would like pump you up for sure.
Listen, see, this is what I mean. The two of them, they're on the same wavelength.
is
You and
true.
I.
Jennifer, spoiler, sometimes I watch The Real Housewives in the bathtub.
Oh, very indulgent.
And we got to get you there.
Yeah.
Guys, this has been so amazing to have you both on. And just fun because when we first started the podcast, you each came on to do test episodes with us
Yes,
This is
that's so
true.
true.
at Ashley's dining room table. But now you're here in the studio, a step up, we'll say. What do you
Yeah.
think?
Wow. how
This
things
one's
have
going
grown.
live.
Yeah.
This one's going out.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad at least I've been able to dispel hopefully some of the weird story. Well, I feel like Sarah's painted a very strange picture of me on the podcast.
Not so much recently. Maybe in season 1.
I've been very pro Greg lately.
This is true, and I
like,
thank
I
you
say
for that.
nice things about you all the time.
You do. You're great.
But sometimes I used to say weird things about it.
No, I just always like pictured it from
Just to
somebody,
upset him.
like a random person's perspective, what I would sound like, and I was a little bit alarmed.
I know. I kind of
Yeah.
loved it, though.
Okay, so if people want to learn more about you guys, are you guys available to be reached on social media? How can people find you and follow you?
Yes, I'm. My business is on Instagram, Jennifer Murphy Beauty, and also it's on TikTok.
Big TikToker.
And your website.
Oh yes, it's jennifermurphybeauty.com.
Recommended.
And there's lots of Daisy footage, her little poodle. So we recommend following. And we'll have her in the show notes.
Greg, are you
Well,
public or private?
public, I think, yeah, on all the platforms. But
Sarah would say.
yeah. Actually,
can they
my
find
law
you?
firm's getting a new website in the next couple of weeks, but that will be cdrlaw.ca if anyone needs any real estate or wills and estate planning needs.
Love the plug.
Love that.
Otherwise, at G Sampson Sports is my social handle.
And I'd recommend checking him out because his flow is great right now. Greg's got great hair.
You're
I'm
active
very
on
into
Twitter,
it.
though.
Yeah, Twitter's sort of my
Greg
main
likes to
domain.
tweet.
Yeah, I like to follow the
Is
sports
it the same
business and-
handle?
I didn't even know that you're on
Yeah,
Twitter.
same handle across the board. I axed Facebook recently, which if you haven't done that, I recommend it. It's amazing. 4 months sober from Facebook.
There.
But yeah, at G Sampson Sports, mostly on Twitter, complaining about Tottenham Hotspur and discussing sports, legal, and business issues that come up.
Love that
enough.
so much. We love you guys so much. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you. Should we cheers with our Luvo?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cheers.
thanks for having us.
Yeah. Thank you.